Hello everybody, today we are going to add and subtract linear expressions. So a linear expression is an algebraic expression where the exponent of the variable is 1. This is called a first degree polynomial. So what does that look like? Well, here's some examples. X plus 2, negative 4x, negative 1/3 x minus 6. Each one of these three expressions, the exponent here is it doesn't show an exponent, which means it's a 1 automatically. We don't write x to the first power because that's just x. Okay, so anytime my biggest power is 1, this is a line, okay? It's a linear expression that way. So that's what linear means, is it means it's a line. All these are linear expressions because the exponent of the x term is 1. If you don't see a power, then it's 1. Now here's the kind of exception to that. If you had an equation y equals 9, that doesn't have an x term at all. It's still a linear expression though. What this is a horizontal line. Okay? So, as we'll learn later, this is the slope of the line. This takes a line that's horizontal and tilts it. Okay? But we'll get to that a little later. So here's another exception. 8. It doesn't have an x term, but it's still linear because it's a horizontal line. Okay, so these things are not linear expressions. X squared plus 1. Okay, as you're going to find out later, this is a parabola that looks like this. Okay, it's not a line, it's not linear, it's curved because that's a squared right there. 1/3 x cubed minus 2x squared plus x plus 2. Okay, this is a third degree polynomial, this is a second degree polynomial. Linear expressions are first degree polynomials. This thing actually looks something like this. Okay, and x to the fourth power, that's a fourth degree. Again, that's going to look something like this. It's going to look very much like one of these except steeper. So, not linear expressions. Okay, find each sum. So this is really pretty easy. We've talked about combining like terms, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to take the like terms, which would be x and 3x. We're going to add those together, and we get 4x. And we're going to take these like terms here, negative 2 and 8, and we're going to add those together, and we're going to get plus 6. So this is 4x plus 6. Okay, over here, we've got like terms here. We're going to combine those. Negative 4y and 11y makes 7y. And then we've got 3 minus 5 is going to be negative 2. So we get 7y minus 2. Okay, here's a couple problems that I want you to do. So go ahead and pause the video, do these problems, and then jump back on here and check to see that you got them right. Okay, so we're going to combine our like terms here. 7x and 3x would be 10x. And then we will take these two right here, combine them. That's going to be negative 3. Oops. So this is going to be minus 3. 10x minus 3. Over here, we've got negative x and negative 4x. That's going to be negative 5x. And then we've got 4 and negative 5 makes negative 1. So you should have got those for your answers right there. Okay, this one's a little different because it's got some distribution that's going to happen here first. So we're going to take the 2 and we're going to distribute it in here first. So 2 times negative 7.5x is going to be negative 15x. Plus, and don't forget, 2 times 3, because people forget the second number all the time, that's going to be 6. And we're going to add that to 5x minus 2. And so we can combine our like terms here. Negative 15x and 5x is going to be negative 10x. And 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. All right, wait for it. I got one here for you. You try that one now. This one's going to be a little tricky because you got fractions. So pause the video, give it a stab, and then see how you did. Okay, so I'm going to distribute in here, and then I'm going to distribute the 1/4 over here. So 1/2 of W is 1/2 W, minus 1/2 of 6 is 3, plus 1/4 of W, and 1/4 of 12 is going to be 3. Okay, now check this out. The negative 3 plus 3, that's 0, so there's no constant, it just went away. Okay, now I've got half W and a quarter W. Well, remember this is 2/4 is 1/2. If I get a common denominator here, okay, so 2/4 and 1/4, that's 3/4 W. So that one simplified quite a bit. Okay, subtracting. Okay, so this is pretty much exactly the same as adding, except you got to be careful with your minus signs because people lose them all the time. All right, so here's what I always do. I get rid of the minus signs right away. I'm going to take this negative sign here, and I'm going to distribute it in here. Okay, so I'm going to get 5x plus 6 minus negative x is plus x minus 6. And now I'm just going to add them together. 5x and x is 6x's. 6 minus 6 is 0, so this just simplified to 6x. Again, over here, distribute distribute negative 2 on this one. So I don't do anything to the front. 7y plus 5. Negative 2 times 4y is going to be negative 8y. And negative 2 times negative 3 is going to be positive 6. Now I combine my y's, it's going to be negative y. And 5 plus 6 is 11. So this is negative y plus 11. You try this one. So pause the video, give this one a try, and then jump back on to make sure you got it right. Okay, here I'm going to distribute the 4 here. So I'm going to get 8x plus 12. Then I'm going to take this whole negative 2 right here and distribute it in here. So it's going to be negative 2x plus 16. Now I can combine my like terms. 8x and negative 2x is 6x, and 12 plus 16 is 28. Okay, the original price of a cowboy hat is $D. You use a coupon to buy that hat for D minus $2. So whatever the price of the hat was, you got $2 off. You decorate that hat and sell it for 2D minus $4. Write an expression that represents your earnings from buying and selling the hat. Okay, so the earnings are going to be whatever you sell it for, which is going to be right here, 2D minus 4. And you're going to subtract from that your cost. Here's your cost right here. Okay, so your cost is D minus 2. Okay, so revenue, that's how much you make, minus the cost is going to be your profit, which is what you're trying to figure out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and distribute this minus sign in here, and I'm going to get 2D minus 4 minus D plus 2. And then I combine my like terms, so 2D minus D is just D, and minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. That's going to be what my profit's going to be. Okay, so for example, let's say that D was $10. Okay, I bought the hat for the price of the hat was $10, but I got on a coupon, so that would be $8. So this would be 8 right here. Okay, remember D is 10. This is just our example. So this would be 20. 10 times 2 is 20. Minus 4 is 16. So my profit would be $8. Okay, so if D is 10, 10 minus 2 is 8. There's my profit right there. So I checked it out, it worked. I could pick another price. Let's say that D was 25. Would it still work? Okay, so I got $2 off. That means this is now $23. Okay, that's my cost. And then I sold it for, that'd be 2 times 25 would be 50. Minus 4 would be 46. And I would subtract that, I'd get 23. And you know what? That's D minus 2 again. Okay. Moving right along. Okay, so here's our assignment. You're going to do 1 through 33 odd in class, and I will see you next time.